Hello, everyone. We will get started here in just a second. We're going to give maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, allow for more people to join, and then we will jump right into this month's digital sales training. So, again, thank you so much for attending. And in the meantime, I'm actually going to put into the chat, and I'll remind everyone once we're back in there. But since we're sitting here waiting, I'm going to put into the chat. Let me find it real quick. The the promotion to win a chance to win $100 gift card for the Amazon gift card that we do every single month. So that will be in the chat there. So we'll give it probably actually 2 more minutes and then we'll get going. So. All right, we'll give it one more minute. And again, thank you so much for attending, taking time out of your day to attend today's training. Hopefully you find it quite informative, and I will go over an agenda here in just a second. So one moment here. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and just get started and we can jump into the agenda. Again, thank you so much over today's digital sales training. This is going to be pretty product focused on in regards to what we have up and coming and more of like the pre-packaged solutions, outside of just the normal like templates. We're going to be talking about our national promotions that we have just around the corner, and really kind of explain more in detail on like the summer cash contest and the back to school sweepstakes and how they will play out. And then as well as some of the sales resources. I think sometimes we mention them, but we don't necessarily go into more of like an in-depth walkthrough on where to necessarily access some of the sales materials, and how to even log in, because majority of sales members, AEs, account executives, enterprise management and whatnot won't have an actual login, but you can still access this material even if it is asking to log in. So I'll kind of show you how we would go about with that. Just a reminder, I'm going to put in the chat one more time, but this is, if you look in the chat, there will be a smart link for the Amazon gift card giveaway. That's at $100. So please make sure you enter that, and then we will pick a winner at the end of the call. So, and then I will make sure that that link's in there one more time at the end. So if you don't have it, no worries. Okay, so jumping into this, I mean, we're already halfway through the year, and we've already have ran through multiple national promotions. But I would say probably our second biggest promotion of the year in regards to just the amount of revenue that's going to be coming up is our midsummer cash contest. And it's pretty exciting. Just, I mean, school just gets out. Everyone's just looking for a little bit of that extra cash during the summer, and I will get into a little bit more details for that. And then we're already going to be talking about our back to school promotion. That's incredible how fast time flies with that. So, and with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump into the summer cash contest. I was actually asked by multiple sales teams and other account executives, just more or less like what is the summer cash contest in regards to like the initial setup, even though that you will most likely not be setting it up. I wanted to give you kind of an insight of how your PDs or promotions directors or promotions teams, what they will be pretty much doing with the setup, and then how to incorporate sponsorships throughout there. Um, for this promotion, There is all the heavy lifting is handled by Aptivata. We are going to take care of all of the keywords, all of the hour time slots, those type of things, and I will show you that here in just a minute. But this is a huge summer, huge summer cash giveaway. We are going to be giving away, Aptivata is going to be giving away $1,000 a day for 25 days. So that time frame is actually going to run between July 5th until July 30th. And then the keywords will actually be announced 5 times per weekday. So this is going to run Monday through Friday. So it's not there. You won't have keywords for Saturday or Sunday. So again, this is a Monday through Friday promotion for those 25 days. And then the winners will be announced daily during the contesting period for the previous day. And so that winner audio will be available that your team will be able to access on our website. As a matter of fact, when I go into this, I want to show you really quick kind of what that looks like. So on our examples.media page, we have our previous example from our past summer cash contest, just to give you an idea of what it will look like on the interface as the users are participating in the actual contest itself. So this, as you can see, says summer cash contest. It's a different form than you typically have seen with our typical sweepstakes, because this is actually built using our Countdown app. And if you do not have our Countdown app, I want to make this clear, you still can run this promotion. So if your stations don't have that premium app, regardless, we want to make sure that you can do this national promotion. So please sign up, and we will make sure that app is installed for this promotion, and that's at no cost to your station. So literally, you can participate in this Countdown app promotion, the summer cash contest giveaway for up to $25,000 given away, and you don't have to pay or pay anything extra to participate. Okay, so for the functionality of it, it's actually really cool. So for this particular promotion, so it's win $1,000 every day, listen for the next keyword, and they would just type the keyword in here. As they type the keyword in, they can just click next. They'll be prompted to log into the promotion however they want. We'll just do, I've entered this too many times, so let's just enter here and see how that goes. And so once I enter the promotion, it will ask me for some detailed information, first name, last name, and typical entry information. So we'll just do Clint Hansen real quick here, and my zip code. Perfect. So the reason why it's not set up for the next keyword, but what will typically happen is once you enter in the keyword, what it will actually do, it will show you the next time, or it will show you a countdown of when the next keyword will be announced. So let's just say this was 2 hours from now. It will say, it will literally say 1 hour and 59 minutes for the next keyword to be announced. So it's really cool, because then when people come to engage with the promotion, they don't have to they don't have to wonder, oh, well, when are they going to announce it? How, when is that keyword going to be available? They can actually view on this app itself an actual countdown. That's why we call it the Countdown app. And so what I wanted to show you is what that looks like for your promotions team. Again, all the heavy lifting is being handled by Aptivata. So they literally, all they have to do is get this installed onto their account, and then the keywords and everything will be taken care of. So for the actual interface of this promotion, I will make this very clear. You can still add different things outside of first name, last name, birthday, phone number, and whatever you want. There are multiple options here. You have user fields, you have input. You can even incorporate some social fields. But since this is a keyword contest specific with our Countdown app, there will not be bonus entries. So there's no bonus entries for this promotion. It's just a simple, enter keyword, enter to win type promotion, very straightforward. So they don't get bonus entries, because that doesn't really tie into the functionality of the overall promotion. So with prizes and for the keywords, your team here can actually come in, and if they click into the day, and I know this is this is stuff you might not handle, but this is good relevant information to have. They can come in here. Like I said, we will already have all the keywords set up. If your team wants to change the keywords, they absolutely can. And this is going to be important too. So if you have a sponsor that wants to run a, maybe just one day or maybe the entire time, it completely just depends. You can utilize different keywords that might trigger for like the sponsorship and might relate to them, and kind of make it customized to them. It just kind of depends on, again, how you want to run the promotion. But you can change the keywords here. You can set up the different time slots here. And then once the time slots, let's just say that your team decides that they want to run a keyword at 8 a.m., one at 10 a.m., one at noon, and then we'll just run the other one at 2 and 4. They don't have to come in on every single one of these. They can actually just click use as template, and it will automatically populate the time frames for every single day, which is massive, because then that way it saves them a lot of time. And as we know, time is money on that. So stats wise, it's still going to be able to gather all of the lead generation information in regards to people who are entering the promotion. All that information can still be passed on to a advertiser, just like any other type of promotion. So keep that in mind as you're incorporating different sales perspectives into this. One thing also to mention is that each keyword will only be active for 1 hour. So if they have a keyword, at 8 a.m., they have until 9 a.m. to enter that keyword, and then between 9 and 10, they can no longer enter that first initial keyword, and then so on so forth with any other keyword. So they have an hour to enter that as well. One thing I'd like to bring up is, and especially for this one, is that we typically do have marketing plans completely built out. This is one that I want to emphasize, that your team will absolutely have to announce those keywords 5 times a day, at least somewhere, whether it's on their social, whether it's on-air mentions, name inclusion, those type of things, for not just only for the keyword as well, but you can do some name inclusions for the sponsor and sponsors and the advertisers that are participating in this promotion. So I like to break this down, that every time like a keyword is being announced, that they somehow are being named include with the advertiser or sponsor. And so these totals can totally just be different from each market and each station. So this was just a quick example of what, as you're going to sell this, what a title sponsor would get in regards to. So for example, this name inclusion was 180 for the entire promotion itself. Name mentions, name or logo inclusions on those social media posts, those type of things. So this is a great way to tie in maybe some sponsors that you've had your eyes on for a while that might have not been able to participate in a promotion like this. As I mentioned, Aptivada is covering that price, so they are not required to cover any of that $1,000 a day. I will say though that if you wanted, you can absolutely, for localized engagement, you can definitely tie in a local prize. With any of our national promotions, I highly recommend incorporating some type of national prize. I'm sorry, not national. I'm so sorry. Incorporating a localized prize just to help with that local engagement. It's not required, but if you wanted to tie multiple sponsors to this promotion, since it goes for 25 days, you absolutely can do so. And each sponsor could potentially give out some type of prize to help kind of engage with them specifically. And this is, we'll go back to present here. This was actually from last year's Summer Cash Contest. This station, so they ran it for the full 5 weeks, and the campaign spend was $3,000 for this. It was the Tint World Auto Glass was the sponsor for this promotion itself. They had over 6,256 entries total. And then the unique visitors, they had over 1,734. And again, this is going to change from every single station and every single market. I just wanted to give some different perspective on how this promotion has performed in the past. Again, it is a great way, especially if you have like a mom and pop store that is just would like to have that type of coverage over the 25 days, but didn't necessarily have that type of revenue to pay out $1,000 a day. So great opportunities to tie in those sponsors. So with our back to school giveaway that's coming up, I know this is in August, but it's just something I wanted to make sure that is on your radar. So we will be giving away Aptivada again. We'll be giving away $1,000, and that's actually going to be $500 to a student, and then $500 to a student, and then $500 to their school and or favorite charity, whichever one they want it to go to. And this is a very straightforward sweepstakes that will be ran. So very typical sweepstakes. With this promotion though, you will be able to incorporate bonus entries into this as well. So whether you wanted to incorporate, bonus entries for visiting a website or downloading an app, I'm a big fan of offering surveys in any type of sweepstakes, just because our surveys incorporate the most qualifying lead tool there, and so that way you can present qualified leads to your advertiser or sponsor. But there are other social ones like Facebook, like Instagram, and then with social distancing and a lot of stores opening up in a lot of states, just pretty much getting back to the way it was years ago, right? We do have our geolocation option. Keep in mind with that geolocation, it is a phenomenal tool to use, where you can actually have a listener go to a location and from their mobile device pretty much check in, and that helps just drive actual foot traffic to a location. So think about like car dealerships or furniture stores, or you name it. You could get as creative as you want with that tool, um, and definitely see some amazing results. Pre-COVID, we saw some pretty awesome results from it. And actually, I'd even seen, for example, like I said, mentioned with car dealerships, I've actually seen sales come from that type of engagement, where they came in, checked in on their phone, and then were upsold onto a vehicle, which is awesome. Another thing that you can do with that, I know right now with dealerships, I will mention, is they might, with the inventory being limited, there's been ways that these apps have been used and utilized for like trade-in offers, bring in a vehicle and that type of thing, for like a bonus entry for them to look at. You can get as creative as you want, depending on what your client's needs realistically are at this time, at this time of where we're at. So um, I think, to take away from this is each promotion can be completely customized and catered to your sponsor's needs, including your stations as well. Now, the question I get on this a lot is pretty much like, how much should we charge for these type of promotions? Now, I mean, we want to get away from the added value of like, here's the on air, and by the way, we're going to just throw in these promotions. You can absolutely sell this for revenue intake. I've seen anywhere from, these promotions sell from anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. It just depends on where you're at and what market and whatnot. But the ability or the capability of selling this, and making revenue from this, additional revenue, is absolutely there. Obviously there's some different variables that come into play with each promotion. Specifically, the promotion length, like how long are these promotions going to run? Since we're talking about these national promotions, they run typically for 3 to 4 weeks. And so, if it's a localized promotion that you're running, that's going to be different if you ran it for a week compared to that 4 to 5 weeks. Obviously the prize, that's going to be huge, especially with the summer cash contest. Realistically, I mean, you could sell this for $3, $4, $5,000 more than what you typically would, just because that's a daily engagement, minimum 5 times a day for 25 days. That's massive engagement there. So, and then depending on who the sponsor is too, I say that it just depends on, like, obviously the size of the sponsor and who they are. Just obviously keep that in mind. And then what involvement does the sponsor get, or what involvement is the sponsor tied into? So at the end of the day, are they going to be getting some type of lead generation, or are they trying to grow their email database, those type of things? And then obviously the on-air and online exposure, that full 360 degrees exposure, because this product is absolutely digital. And so when you're incorporating that on-air mention with the digital, you're literally being able to engage with them 24/7 almost. So now at the bottom here, you can see it's a good place to start is by increasing your current package by 20 or 30%. For example, if you're running, let's just say your current on air is $2,000, you could sell just a normal sweepstake for $400, $500, $600, no problems whatsoever. Um, Now, again, coming back to these national promotions where these prizes are pretty massive, that are not really having to cover that, I absolutely suggest not going less than 1,500 or 2,000. You easily can get that. You can easily get that type of revenue from these promotions. If you have questions on that, you can definitely chat in, and we're more than happy to facilitate those questions and make sure that we answer them for you. I know this was touched a few times already in some previous digital sales trainings, including last month, but I want to make sure that this is very clear. With every national promotion, we throw in confirmation emails at no cost for you. And those confirmation emails, it is a way to get re-engaged with the listeners or the people who are participating in the promotion or the entrance into the promotion one more time. And so you can incorporate any type of offers. This is going to be massive for sponsors and advertisers. I've actually even seen, which is crazy, I've seen this, but I've seen an apparel company, clothing company, actually put some of their product within these confirmation emails and have a direct correlation of sales. And they actually ended up making around $7,200 in sales from the confirmation emails, which is crazy that they were able to incorporate. I'm sorry, they were able to um, cultivate some revenue from these emails, which is awesome. But to kind of give you an idea, I looked over the average across all industries nationwide. The average open rate 17%, and the click-through rate's 2.5%. Over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've kind of kept our eye on just our overall Aptiv Audit confirmation emails and how they are um, performing. And the average open rate is between 93 and 97%. That's absolutely true, which is mind blowing. The fact that many people are entering it, or I'm sorry, that are opening it. And then the average click through rate, um, I put 5.9 and 7.2% to be very conservative. But I have seen, and this is mind blowing, I've seen 40 to 45% click through rates, and that's, and just to be very clear, what click through rate is if they open the email, there's some type of call to action or some type of link or some type of product within the email itself, and they click into that and are sent somewhere else. That is where you're going to get that click through rate. I've seen it happen. It's massive, and that's double or triple the industry standard. So really some good information here. And again, that's automatically given to you for these national promotions at no cost. And then on regular promotions, regular sweepstakes, you're given 2,500 at no cost anyways. So if you were like, oh, well, what's the cost after that? It's $5 for every 1,000 additional per that's per sweepstakes. So you can run 10 contests and still get 2,500 per 10 contests. I honestly I say that as a disclaimer on the cost, but don't even worry about it. If you are wanting to try it, please try this. If you want to see some success and see some awesome just overall performance, we absolutely got you. Actually, there's a question in the chat about why the click-through rate is so high. So this is a great question. So this is, I actually looked into this because I had the same, obviously same question. I looked like, how is this a possible thing? Not only that, building off of just the psychological factor of a confirmation email. Confirmation emails will typically have a higher a higher open rate in general. Um, in that 17 to 20 to 30%. And with ours performing, it's like the best way I could describe it is when, for example, if you went and purchased something off of Amazon, you get that, hey, thank you for your order. You're definitely clicking on that email just to make sure everything is kosher and everything is going good. And it's the same type of psychological manner in there where when they receive the confirmation email, it opens up. And depending on those type of call to actions and the type of content that's involved, that's where the click-through rates are so massive because they've already engaged with this promotion moments before. We're talking seconds before. And since majority of users are able to pull up this information from their mobile device, this is where we've seen a massive growth in overall click-through rate. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll have to do a training more in detail on this in click-through rates and kind of dive into it a little bit more. But I wanted to at least kind of show you on a higher level where we are at with those and how they are incorporated in the promotion. And this is something that advertisers, they absolutely want. They want to be able to engage one more time. and as many times as possible with users. And so to be able to tell them, hey, listen, we have a proven step-by-step marketing plan, and this is how it's going to be executed, it's a great way to do so. Um, oh, 1 second here. And then stats and reporting, very similar. I know we've seen this before, but I want to be very clear with all of the same thing with the national promotions. You will still be able to have the same stats and reporting as any other type of promotion, so that you can pass this on to advertisers as well. We have that high level, so that way you can get a quick answer. If your advertiser or sponsor is like, well, hey, how are we looking, and or how is it performing, you can reach out to your promotions director, and they can make sure that they get that information to you. We do have an integration set up. As a friendly reminder, with the integrations, if your sponsor advertiser has, Salesforce, MailChimp, Vin Solutions for the car dealership side, the moment somebody enters in the promotion or that countdown, that information can be automatically sent over to them, and that kind of helps with that real-time lead generation and a line of data security. So and then don't forget, we do have our summer templates. We've actually added more templates um, to our template selection. I will also mention as well is that we've officially, um, all of our quizzes that are in our templates page are now fully plug and play, meaning they have questions and answers to them. So that way your team isn't like, given a quiz on barbecuing, and then they have to go in and try to figure out what questions they want to ask. We have that completely taken care of. So again, just another fun way, if you want to tie a sponsor into that somehow, you absolutely can do so. And then our idea studio, as I mentioned, for majority of sales teams, again, sales teams won't typically have access to some, for example, if I came in for like national promotions and I had a question, you typically would have to log in. And if you do see a login for whatever reason, it's not a Aptivada data dashboard login, like they're getting access to your Aptivada account. It's just more or less identifying that, hey, this person is taking a look at the content. So if it's asking, hey, are you a new user, they can you can easily just put in your information. It's just pretty much creating an account for this website here, not the Aptivada account. So they're kind of separate things, just to be very clear there. But yes, this is a great resource for upcoming national promotions. We have case studies, we have our monthly webinars. If you ever wanted to go back and see any monthly webinars that we did, you absolutely can do so. And even take a look at these templates that we have. Not all of the templates are here, but a good majority of them are. And then even case studies, because we all know that case studies are always great to have, trust me. If there is a case study, like a particular client you're working with that you're like, you know what, maybe they have a case study that we are working on, feel free to chat in or have your promotions team chat in, and we can absolutely take a look and see if we have something that's a little bit more specific for you. And then with that being said, that really brings me to the end of the presentation. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and look at picking a winner for that $100 gift card. Again, that promotion, I just put it in the chat again. If you did not enter, I'll give you next minute or two to enter there, and that way it gives you your chance to win the $100. And you do have to be present for that. So hopefully the winner is here. So we'll just give that a minute longer. But again, if there's any questions whatsoever, or if I went over something maybe a little quicker than you wanted and you wanted to recap, all of these trainings and monthly webinars are on our YouTube channel. We put them immediately on there after the call. Well, as quickly as can, usually within an hour or so. And then, so if you want to go in there and get a recap, I know that with our tips and tricks, we will be doing at the end of the month here, we will be doing more of a deep dive, I believe, on the summer cash contest. And so if you wanted to participate in that, you absolutely can do so. And then if you're wanting to do it, but your promotions team doesn't know much about it, I encourage you to have them or invite them or tell them, hey, this is on the radar. We can get this. We want to make sure that this is installed on your account before July 5th. That way, if your team wants to do custom keywords, they're not waiting to burn that midnight oil, right? And trying to get all those keywords. That's never fun. So now with that being said, let me go ahead and pick a winner here. And I can tell you who that is 2 seconds. Refresh here. Again, thank you so much for everyone um, who just by attending to these calls. We really try to figure out like what is the best information possible at this time to tell you. And sometimes these calls we kind of go over the same information, but it's good to have kind of those refreshers. So let's go ahead and pick a winner now. Okay. And from the scout, perfect. And the winner is Tyler Jacobs. Tyler, are you here? Go ahead and raise your hand if you are here. Tyler, you were here. Perfect. Awesome. Well, Tyler, I will get that gift card sent out to you via email a little bit later today. So watch for that. If there's any issues, just email us in the morning if you don't get that. But everyone else, thank you so much for attending. And like I mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out via chat, and I'm more than happy to jump on a call. So thank you so much, everybody. All right. Bye.